Micromax has launched its latest phone with some features that it can boast about and a price that is very competitive. The Micromax Canvas Infinity is priced at Rs 9,999 and the company has launched it with a screen aspect ratio of 18:9 for the 5.7-inch display. While the phone is going to be sold on September 1st on Amazon India, we have an FAQ done for you to understand more about the phone and know the things that usually are not mentioned by the company during the launch. First thing is about the screen. What is so important about the display here? It's an 83% screen to body ratio that is offered, which is very rare in these days for this price range. The LG G6 comes with a similar screen to body ratio and the Galaxy S8 has a bit better than this. But then the phones like iPhone 7 or the iPhone 7 Plus have a much lesser screen to body ratio, and here it's a 720p display which gives it a screen resolution of 1440 x 720 pixels, and that is 2:1 or 18:9 aspect ratio. Next thing that people have asked about is the screen protection. Is there a display glass protection offered with the phone? We haven't been told by the company about that. We have tried to inquire that, but we are told that there is a protection offered, but which version or which glass that is, it's not confirmed. And there's a 2.5D glass cover which is for surely given on the phone, but whether it's a Corning Gorilla Glass or whether it's an Asahi protection, we're not really sure about that right now. Next is about the internals. What is the chipset that powers the phone? The Canvas Infinity is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 425 quad-core chipset that clocks as 1.4 GHz, and there's also Adreno 308 GPU for the graphics processing. Along with that, there's 3GB of RAM and 32GB internal storage, of which about 25GB is available for the users. Next is about the Android version, which is quite important for the Micromax phones. Usually they come with an older version of OS and the updates are also very rarely offered. So what is the Android version on the Canvas Infinity, and is Android Oreo update guaranteed on the phone? It's the Android 7.1.2 Nougat that is being run on the device, and that is one of the good things because the company has brought in the latest Android version here as well as the security level of July 1st, 2017. So that is also the latest security patch level. Also at the event, the co-founder of the company, that is Rahul Sharma, mentioned that the phone is upgradable to Android Oreo in the near future. So that is another guarantee that is given by the company that you'll be seeing Android Oreo update on the phone. Next is again about the display and the content. Because it's an 18:9 screen on the Canvas Infinity, is there enough content available with that screen aspect ratio? Some of the video services like Prime Video and Netflix have started giving support for that resolution and are making the content available for the same. But still many games are yet to adapt it, and thus the phone itself stretches the games out to fill the entire screen and you get a full view of the screen. So while talking about that stretching out of the games, next question is about the gaming performance. How good is that? We have played some high-end games like the Asphalt 8 Airborne, the Modern Combat 5 game, and also Dead Trigger 2. And while most of the time it was a good experience, we surely experienced some lags while playing Modern Combat 5, which is a heavy game which asks a lot from the GPU, and that is when we felt like those lags are quite evident. That might be due to the stretching, that might be due to some other reason, but in the end they were lags that were noticed on the game. Next is about the SIM slots or the microSD card slots. Is there a hybrid SIM slot or does the phone have a dedicated microSD card slot? On the back of the phone there are 3 slots. That means there are 2 SIM card slots and there's a separate dedicated microSD card slot which offers you a storage expansion of up to 128GB. When we talk about the back of the phone, that means can you pull out the battery? Yes, you surely can take out the battery, which was a common thing in the past before the unibody designs came into the market, and since then there are rarely any phones that offer you a removable battery. Next is about the pre-installed apps in the phone. There are quite a lot of pre-installed apps here. Firstly, you see the entire set of Google Play apps. There's a music player, file manager. There are a few tools like calculator, calendar, clock, and downloads, which are the common apps that you see everywhere. And the pre-installed apps actually here are Amazon Shopping, App Center, Asphalt Nitro game, Facebook is pre-installed, there's FM radio app, Narendra Modi app is also given here, and there's sound recorder pre-installed on the phone, and there is a video player as well. Next is about the cameras. How good is the rear camera of the phone? It's a 13 megapixel camera, which is not bad with the quality of pictures that it takes, and it comes with the f2.0 aperture. And while it does a very good job while capturing photos in bright light conditions, it doesn't do the same in low light. There's a lot of noise that is noticed while you take the photos in low light conditions. And if we talk about the camera app here, there's a lot offered when it comes to the features. There's auto HDR, and there are modes like scene frame, night mode, super pixel that would take two pictures together and then merge them to give you a high zoom clarity pictures. There's also QR code scanner, and if you check out the different modes again, there's portrait mode as well, which would try to give you a blur on the background, but that isn't really perfect, but still it's offered in the camera app. Now, while we had talked about the rear camera, how good is the selfie camera? Here it's a 16 megapixel selfie camera, which is a very good one with some very natural shots that are possible with it. We took a lot of selfies, group pictures, and most of them had a perfect recognition of faces, and thus well focused captures were done with it. Also, the front camera offers you a bokeh shot, but that is not really satisfactory because it's just a software enhancement that doesn't understand the depth, and it would defocus only the things that are except the face which is recognized there. Also, for the selfie camera, the phone comes with an LED flash support if there's a low light condition and you have to take some good selfies. Next is about the battery. Does the phone have a good fast charging support? There was no such mention for fast charge, and also the charger that is provided in the box is a standard one. So there's no fast charging support as far as we are concerned. We have tried using a fast charger along with it, but the charging speed was not any better. Does the phone have the LED notification light? Yes, there's an LED light for notifications and for the charging status, and that is present on the top right of the phone just beside the front facing camera. Next again is about the battery. How good is the battery life? We have used the phone for roughly about 5 to 6 days for now, and so far it's not so great with the battery life, but it's not so bad as well. We are talking about not so great because of the comparison with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 4 and the Redmi 4, both of which present a better battery performance, but then for a 2900 mAh battery that is given in the Canvas Infinity, it has a decent usage of around 4 hours of screen on time, and it can last through a day for regular users, and that is when you are occasionally connected to data and most of the time on Wi-Fi. Next is about the OTG support. Does the Canvas Infinity have the USB OTG support? Yes, there is OTG support given in the phone for the transfer of files to OTG drive and for the various things that you can do with the OTG support given. Next, what is the SAR value of the phone? You can see the SAR value as mentioned here on the box package. It's 0.29 and 0.69 for the head and body respectively, which is said to be well under the permissible limits, and those limits are about 1.6. So this is well under that limits. And next question is about the sensors given in the phone. The Canvas Infinity has gravity sensor, accelerometer, proximity sensor, light sensor, magnetic sensor, and also the fingerprint sensor. So the next question is about how good is the fingerprint sensor on the phone. The recognition is quite good, also the registration was quite fast, and the fingerprint sensor located on the back does a decent job of recognizing that. And this is in comparison to the LG Q6, which doesn't have a fingerprint scanner, and that is where this phone has that advantage of having a sensor on the back. These were the FAQ of the Micromax Canvas Infinity smartphone that is getting launched on September 1st on Amazon India. If you still have any other questions about the phone, you can ask them in the comment section below and I'll try to answer them. And I hope you like this video, and do subscribe to Gizmo Times for more. Thank you for watching.